Howdy. Today, we will be taking a look at the Adamas Machina Rodimus and the Adamas Machina Rodimus Lost Light Edition. These figures are Takara Tomi's transforming versions of the Flame Toys Kurokarakuri Rodimus figures. Very interesting. Both of these figures come with two photon lasers, which can combine into the Photon Eliminator, a saw blade, and a communicator. You know, for when you get stuck in the Necro world. On the Necro world? I actually don't know. In robot mode, these figures are beautiful. The paintwork and the colors are fantastic, but I don't think this green screen is really doing them justice, so let's fix that real quick. Oh my gosh, this looks so much better. The colors, oh, the colors. They truly have to be seen in person. I hope that my camera can get a fraction across of how these colors actually look, because they're just fantastic. These are some of the best painted action figures I've ever seen. As far as collectibles go, for sure the paint has it covered. The original Adamas Machina Rodimus has everything from peach to red to dark red to gold to rose gold to orange, and all of it just looks incredible with the flat red and the flat dark red. The rest of it's all metallics. On the Lost Light version, it just gets cranked up to 11 because the only flat color, I believe, is this kind of dark, very dark blue, dark purple, almost black. Everything else is a metallic color, and it looks gorgeous. I've never seen figures that are more beautiful than these. Now, this is a very, very interesting figure because this design is based on Flame Toys Kurokarakuri Rodimus, which was licensed from Takara Tomy. However, the Flame Toys are only articulated non-transforming. What makes these interesting is that Takara Tomy worked with Flame Toys to make transforming versions, and they're pretty good. The articulation isn't exactly the same, and I think that's fair, because if it was, why buy the Flame Toys? But otherwise, like, the only difference is the head sculpt. The head sculpt is noticeably different from the Flame Toys, but I don't know that I don't like this more. You know, I really like the head sculpt that they still ended up with on these figures. Overall, they're just beautiful, they're pretty well articulated, and the tolerances are also still pretty good. Not perfect, but they are really, really good. And just look at them. I could watch them go round and round on this turntable all day long. But we don't have that much time, so on to the size comparisons. Here's how Adamas Machina Rodimus scales with Deluxe Class Deep Cover, Voyager Class Sweep, and Leader Class Grimlock. Here's how Adamas Machina Rodimus scales with Fans Toys Variator, Takara Tomy Masterpiece Grapple, Magic Square Light of Peace, and X-Transbots Commander Stack. In his vehicle mode, Rodimus is a Cybertronian sports car, we'll call it. In his vehicle mode, Rodimus looks not half bad. You know, a big challenge with designing a vehicle mode for an action figure that already exists is that you're kind of limited in the amount of detail that you can get specific to the vehicle mode. And although I wouldn't say it's perfectly accurate to the comic book, I mean, I wouldn't say it's phoned in either. And let me tell you, this transformation is really strange. It's really good. I think it's really good, but there's parts of it, like the arms are just pronate the arms, tab it into the thighs, and you're done. Versus the legs, which, I mean, if you haven't seen how the legs transform, I would highly recommend going and watching somebody transform them, because This has to be one of the most innovative leg transformations we've seen in a long time. And it reminds you why Takara Tomy still got it. Like, they got it. And again, the colors. I mean, the colors come through just as incredibly in vehicle mode as they do in robot mode. And of course, on the normal Rodimus, you can see the weapon storage. You know, weapon storage is weapon storage. It does look a little corny, but everything fits on there, even the little communicator for when you get stuck in the Necker world. But it looks really good, and it transforms really nice. The front wheels literally split in half. Half get tucked into the shoulder pads, and the other half get stored on the back. And it still rolls. Like, how does that work? I mean, I know how it works. It's a solved problem, but we see that very little in any figure from any company. These things are what make transformations interesting, and when they're done in a way that doesn't suck to transform, that's what makes it like, people are going to point to this and say it's a collectible. It costs $200, $250. It's a collectible. But it's still a toy. Like, this is a figure that looks great, poses well, and the transformation is awesome. Like, no notes. Really, no notes to Takara. I really look forward to what they have planned next for the Adamas Machina line. I know the Predaking is not, like, in the same caliber, like, toy-wise, because it's trying to be an action figure, I think. But we'll see. I'll hold my judgments, but I really look forward to what Takara Tomy does next. And especially if they keep doing this kind of inverted collaboration thing with Flames Toys. I mean, it's like a match made in heaven. These figures look great, and I really look forward to what they come out next in this line. Here's how Adamas Machina Rodimus scales with Deluxe Class Deep Cover, Voyager Class Artfire, and Leader Class Laser Optimus Prime. Here's how Adamas Machina Rodimus scales with Fans Toys Parkour and Fans Toys Jive. I hope you've enjoyed this brief look at Adamas Machina Rodimus and Rodimus Lost Light version. If there are any other figures you'd like me to take a look at next, leave a comment down below. And as always, I'm Leo, reminding you that plastic toys don't belong in plastic prisons. See you next time.